Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Vanessa and today we are finally back with another Pan That Palette update. I know I apologize in yesterday's video, but thank you so much for sticking with me through my impromptu hiatus. I'm hoping to get back on track as of right now, and what better way to start the month of May than with the Pan That Palette. So as you know, the Pan That Palette theme of this year is Kickin' It Old School, which is a PANtastic ladies collab created by Jessica Lee and Dana, I believe. I didn't double check this stuff before I started filming, but it's on your oldest palette in your collection. I currently am working on two different palettes. One of them I haven't updated you on yet, so the one you do know about is the Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. So this is what it was looking like last month. There's been a fair amount of changes and quite a lot of use, and this is what it's looking like now. Hopefully I'm not blinding you with all that shiny pan, but let's talk about it. So one disclaimer is the same thing that I did with Georgia. I did depot Nectar into this pan right here. Man, I really can't get these to like focus nicely and not go blinding. So this is the remainder of Nectar. I'm going to try and finish this shadow, and then I think I'm going to put this palette on hold. I haven't been using it for probably about at least 3.5, 4 weeks because I've just been tired of it. Anyways, let's just talk about usage and then we'll talk about the palette. So in the shade, you know what, I'll just post the picture. In the shade Luscious, I used it 4 times since the last update for a total of 7 uses. Just Peachy I've used twice for a total of 15 uses in the project. Bless Her Heart I used 6 times for a total of 11 uses. And that look that I posted in the... Was it the last video? Did I end up posting it in the last video? I don't think I did. But the look I did most of the time with that shade was using either, what are you called it? Caramelized or cobbler on the outer half and kind of smoking it a little bit wider, so kind of like a triangle shape, but smoking that out wider, and then going in with this ColourPop liner in, I don't know what the name is, and then putting Bless Her Heart over top. It made it more of a, instead of this like lighter olivey green color, this dark teal gave it more of a foresty green shade, and I did that on the inner half, and it was a stunning eye look. I'll definitely recreate it at some point, but it was really, really pretty, and that's exactly how I used Bless Her Heart the 6 times that I did use it since last update. Keep going. Last on the top row, I have Charmed I'm Sure, which I used 25 more uses for a total of 76 uses. On the second row, the shade Nectar, I used 37 times since the last update for a total of 80 uses in the project. Cobbler, I used 8 times total in this project. All 8 times were done since the last update, and I did hit pan on the 8th use. Candied Peach, I used once, total of 21 uses in the project. Bellini, I used 5 times. For a total of 11 uses. I hit pan on the 11th use. Peach Pit I never used. I didn't use at all this entire project. It is not, I mean, it's a pretty shade, but it's not something, see on my hand it looks not as dark as it is, because this is caramelized. Okay. This is caramelized, and this is cobbler. Do you see how similar these are? Like, it's just a couple steps down from cobbler. Like, it just feels too dark, especially at this time now that it's late April, almost May. And so it's just a little too dark to use at the moment. Maybe by the end of the year I'll keep using it, but who knows? Part of me just wants to declare the shade, but the shade is nice, so I don't want to. But I didn't use it in the last 4 months, so why should I keep it? You know what I mean? I just keep going back and forth. The last 3 shades, oh, sorry. So Georgia, as you can see, is finished. I used an additional 26 times for a total of 62 uses to finish that shadow. Caramelized, I used 8 times for a total of 13 uses. Hit pan on the 13th use. Puree, 6 uses since last update. Total of 15 uses in the project. And same with Peach Pit. I just never used Summer Yum. I just think it's too warm compared to the other shades in this palette, so I just didn't use it. And there's no way I would ever hit pan on that, even if I did. It's just so densely packed. So maybe one day we'll look at it, but for now, I just want to put this away, with the exception of Odin. With the exception of Nectar, I do want to finish this shade before I officially say I'm done with this palette. Then the other palette I was talking about is the Kat Von D Shade and Lights palette. This is way back when KVD was still associated with this brand. This is what mine is looking like. Not like the original, pretty much at all. I think the only original shades are 1, 2, and 3. The rest are all Frankens. As you can see, there's a pan in here that was not there before. I was tracking use, but I can't make one cohesive look with this palette because I frankened a bunch of random stuff into it. Curses. Me and my obsession with makeup science. So, I did hit pan in this one, I believe in about 15 uses. I use it as my brow shade. I want to use this palette. However, I don't want to use all of it at the moment. The things I do want to use are this shade here, which I think is called Samuel, and then this one, which I think is Citree. Obviously not the original Citree or Citree, but I want to hit pan on that one, hit pan on this one, and I have been using this blush most of the time. So give or take, because like I said, I haven't really been counting uses for this one. 15 uses, I think like 6, maybe 5, 1, and 15 uses. Again, give or take. The rest has not been touched, or if it has, like maybe 1 use. So I did make some Frankens with this palette, just to try and make it a bit more cohesive. The first shade I Frankened is this goldeny bronze shade, and it's a mix. It's this Franken shade here mixed with like this very orange copper I had just randomly that I really wanted to get rid of. And it's not even a full pan, so it's probably about 1 gram of product, give or take. But it just is a very nice neutral tan color. You know what I mean? So this one works really well with the browns in this palette to make just a very neutral eye, very similar to what I'm wearing today. This is definitely a go-to, so I can try and finish this shadow. And then the other Franken is this pinky, man, I'm filming very late at night and it's just not cooperating. This pinky shade, which looks like this. And this shade is a mixture of Samuel and this blush, which I guess technically would be Ludwin, but obviously it's not the original color. So it's a mixture of these 2 shades, and it actually works quite well with this shimmer. So the goal is to hit pan in the shades that I said before and to finish these 2 shadows. In addition to finishing Nectar, like I said before, I'm kind of torn because I don't really want to work on Sweet Peach anymore. However, I still want to hit pan in Bless Her Heart and Luscious, just so I can say that I have pan in virtually everything except for the 2 shades I'm neglecting, and 1 shade that's a matte that's just going to take forever to hit pan in. I don't know if I want to call quits on this project or if I'll just let me find one of my other older palettes and then we'll roll one of those ones in, because I don't know, this hiatus made me kind of like also give a hiatus to these products, and I'm not ready to use them again. So I'm trying to push through it, but there's so many other eyeshadows that I've been using that I've really been enjoying doing that, so I don't want to go back to these palettes just yet. So that's the goal for now. So by next month, hopefully Nectar is gone and there's some progress on these 2. Oh, the last thing I should mention, which was honestly the biggest part of this, was also that technically this started at 206 grams. I wanted to use 4 grams of product, and I am now at, as of today, 201.0. So I've used 5 grams of product. Of course, some of that is in this pan because Nectar's not finished, but that's definitely less than 1 gram of eyeshadow, so I have reached my 4 gram goal on this one. For the shade and light, obviously this number is not correct, similar to the sweet peach, because stuff in this is frankened and it's not being weighed in with this anymore. Weight-wise, started at 236 grams and currently weighs 234.5. So a gram and a half gone. Again, some from usage, most from these two frankens. But yeah, let's just see how this product goes next month, and then we'll see if what we want to do. Give me some suggestions maybe too, because I do love a good Pan That palette, but for right now in this moment I'm just not feeling it. So that's everything for today. Thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing if you want to see how I do in this project or in any of my other projects. Remember, this is recovery week, so I will have another video going out tomorrow, another very, very overdue update. So stay tuned for that. And with that, I hope you have a great day, night, or whatever time of day it is for you. Take care. Bye.